guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. I'm so excited for today's video. One, because it is going to be my first reading vlog featuring the new bookshelves. I'm so excited. I love the background with them. Everything that I have wanted and needed. I love them so much. Two, because this is my first reading vlog. I'm having time to film in such a long time because we are now officially done with Bookmas, and I'm so excited to get back to doing reading vlogs. I love sit down videos and topic videos, but at the end of the day, I love a good reading video and also a good reading challenge. And three, I'm excited because today we are going to be reading Christmas books for 24 hours, and this is my first year reading Christmas books in the Christmas season, so I'm so excited. This time we are just jumping right into the 24-hour challenge. I'm actually already, oh my gosh, that was so bright. I'm actually already, I think like 5-ish hours into the reading challenge. I got up this morning, started a 12-hour timer. I think it was like 8 or something. It went for like 2-ish hours, and I was listening to the audiobook for How My Neighbor Stole Christmas by Megan Quinn. I was just doing chores around the house, and at some point my timer got turned off. So I think it had just been like 2 hours-ish. So then I started a 10-hour timer so we could just keep it going with the challenge, because at that point I was a decent way into this book, and then I had to run to the grocery store for a few things. So I currently have my timer paused, and I have 6 hours and 44 minutes left for today, and then tomorrow we're going to do another 12-hour day. We are going to be up pretty late tonight, but it's honestly fine. I'm so ready to have late nights reading again. I have been just editing and editing and editing and editing and planning, and so I just want to like stay up all night and read. So this is like exactly what I'm wanting and needing right now. 4 contenders for books for today's 24-hour reading challenge. Obviously we have How My Neighbor Stole Christmas by Megan Quinn. This is a really cute Christmassy romance book. It is like on the longer side, I feel like, especially for a Christmas romance, but this one has been absolutely blowing up on TikTok for a few of the spicy scenes, which I think is so funny. But honestly, what interested me about this book is that I kept hearing people say that if you like specifically Jim Carrey's rendition of The Grinch, that you will love this book. And I am currently on chapter 11, so 136 pages into the book, and I can 100% say it is fully giving like The Grinch vibes, but like in the best way. Like honestly, I'm liking this already so much more than I was expecting to. I didn't expect to like it that much, honestly, just because I felt like maybe it would be a little bit cringy because it's like giving The Grinch, you know, but I don't know, I feel like it hasn't really been like cringy necessarily. It's just giving like The Grinch in the humor, and also like the character names. Like the main character, her name is Story, first of all, and then her aunt, her name is Cindy. What is her last name? I feel so stupid now that I found it. Okay, so her aunt's name is Cindy Louise instead of Cindy Lou Who, obviously from The Grinch. And then there's like twins that are Martha and May instead of Martha May Houffier. So there's like lots of things like this, and then the main character's name is Story Taylor, spelled like Storee, and then the MMC's name is Cole Black, like black coal. Obviously you get coal. I don't need to explain it to a bunch of adults, actually. Anyway, so it has honestly been cheesy, but like in such a good way, which I did not expect, honestly. So I don't know, I'm finding it a lot more funny than I anticipated. Again, I don't know why, I just like expected to be a lot more cringed out, I guess, and I just really am not. Like I'm really enjoying this. I have been listening to the audiobook, like I said, and I think that the audiobook narrators are definitely enhancing the experience of the book, because there's so much like little banter and like quippy things in it, and I feel like the way that they are narrating it and like going back and forth with each other, because it is like I forget what it's called. I think it's like a dual, I don't know what they call it. I think it's like dual narration or something. I know that's not the right term. There's a male voice actor for the male parts, and then there's a female voice actor for the female parts. So it's really funny to hear them go back and forth and hear them kind of enact all of the comedic parts and stuff. So I'm really enjoying this one so far. Like I said, I'm on one page before chapter 11. Also, another thing to note about this book is there's little drawings in between. So as I've been listening, I've kind of just like flipped through the pages after I get a while to like see which drawings I've missed, because I feel like I definitely don't want to miss out on that experience with the book, because that's such a cute little addition to the story. But yeah, loving it so far. My Audible says I have 4 hours and 48 minutes left in this book. So I'm definitely going to finish it by the time our time is done for today, because I still have 6 hours and 44 minutes, like I said. Other contenders for today's video. If I want to continue on with the trend of Christmassy audiobooks, I have 2 more contenders for audiobooks. The first being The Christmas Party by Catherine Croft. This is actually one that I found on Audible that they have as an Audible original, so it's free to listen to. It seems like it's really short. It says it's only 4 hours and 42 minutes, and I usually listen to things on 2 times speed, so it would be like 2 hours and 20 minutes to listen to it. But it is a psychological thriller, which I think is so interesting to listen to, like a Christmas themed thriller. That is a strong contender. I also did download on Libby A Merry Little Meet Cute, because if you watched my little holiday book shopping vlog, you will have seen that I bought A Holly Jolly Ever After, and someone in the comments of that video let me know that it is part of a interconnected standalone series. And although I don't have to read the book because they are just interconnected standalones, I typically prefer to like read the books in order even if they are standalones. So I was so excited whenever I looked it up on Libby and saw that it was available immediately. So I haven't read what this one is about yet, like the synopsis for it, but I do have it on Libby. So those are my 2 other audiobook contenders. And then as far as physical copies, I have, like I said, Holly Jolly Ever After by Julie Murphy and Sierra Simone. And then I also have Window Shopping by Tessa Bailey, which I don't have the physical copy right this second because I let my sister borrow it, but she's finishing it tonight and then she's going to bring it to me tomorrow morning. So that will probably end up being read tomorrow if I do get to it. But yeah, so many cute little Christmas books. This is my first Christmas season, like I said, reading Christmas books, because last year I had just gotten into reading and I just had so many books on my radar that I didn't end up getting to any like seasonal reads, because I was just like in the zone of like getting through all of my really anticipated reads. So I'm so excited this year to be able to like have mental room, like mental space to stop and take a break from my fantasy and all that stuff, to just like enjoy a couple of cute little Christmas romances and possibly even like a Christmas thriller, which is just so fun. That's what we have on the roster for today. Right now, because I finished like cleaning and running errands and stuff earlier while listening to the audiobook, the next thing that I want to do is I want to sit and update my reading journal, and I feel like it's the perfect thing to do while listening to audiobooks. I love listening to audiobooks while doing my reading journal because I get to just like zen out and like listen to a book while I'm coloring about a book and like cutting pieces out and all this stuff. I don't know, it's like genuinely one of my most favorite things to do. It's very like therapeutic too, because I get to be creative and I get to relax and just like zone out and listen to the book. So I'm going to be updating my reading journal because later this month I want to do a end of year reading journal flip through where I show you guys like my entire reading journal for this year, start to finish, all of the spreads filled out, if there was things that I wanted to fill out but I didn't, and I won't be including in my reading journal next year because this is my first time doing a reading journal, so it was kind of all just like trial and error. But yeah, I want to make sure that I have everything filled out and good to go with that, because I did get kind of behind on it over the summer when I was in a little depressive episode. So that's what we're going to be doing for the foreseeable future tonight. Hopefully I finish it tonight and I don't have to work on it tomorrow. This is like the best night ever, basically. We get to sit in Christmas pajamas and listen to Christmas books and work on our reading journal. Name a better night. There is no better night. I'm sorry. So I'm going to sit here and update my reading journal, and I'll probably check in with you guys in a few hours once we have hopefully made quite a bit of progress on the reading journal. I will show you guys the spreads that I do today, and then if you want to see obviously the rest of my reading journal, then you can look forward to the end of year reading journal flip through. I'm going to put on my AirPods and resume my audiobook and work on the reading journal. finished the reading journal. It's 10:17 and I have 2 hours and 6 minutes left on my timer. Honestly, my back hurts so bad from sitting up on my bed because when we moved, I like don't have a desk anymore. So when I do my reading journal, my back just like starts hurting so bad. So I didn't get as much done on my reading journal as I was hoping to, but honestly, I got a good portion done. It's just like very time consuming because I'm like so behind on it now. I have to like go on my Goodreads and look up like what I'm even supposed to like print out for each month, if that makes sense. So anyway, did that. I'm currently on chapter 28 of How My Neighbor... Is that what it's called? How My Neighbor Stole Christmas. This is so cute so far. Honestly, I am really, really loving it. One thing that I wrote down in my notes because I was afraid I was gonna forget, because what do I always do is forget what I wanted to say. But I actually did remember this time. I think it's because I wrote it down. One thing that I kept thinking to myself while I was like listening to the book and doing my journal was that I feel like one reason I'm really enjoying this book is because first of all, it's like such a cute and funny like rivals to lovers type of vibe. And like, I mean rivals as in like it's giving the vibe of like a Hallmark Christmas movie where the two main characters are like competing against each other, but like in the most outlandish way. And it's kind of giving the vibes of like a movie with like Jennifer Aniston and this one guy. I can't remember his name right now, but I'll put a picture of him on screen. I'm not imagining the characters to look like them necessarily, but I feel like it's giving that vibe where they're like competing against each other, and it's like so funny because they're just being so out of pocket, and it's like it would be cheesy in real life, but in like it's giving early 2000s rom-com rivals to lovers. They are like competing against each other in these games and stuff. So I don't know, it's been really, really, really cute. So I really like that aspect. But then another thing that I have really noticed throughout this entire book was that I feel like I'm really appreciating the fact that the characters feel very like emotionally like mature. And what I mean by that is like they say exactly how they're feeling. Like you'll hear their thoughts in their head and then they'll just say it out loud. Like they're not like thinking one thing and then saying another because, oh, I'm shy, oh this, oh that. Like yes, that happened like maybe 1 or 2 moments, but for the most part I feel like their relationship, like once it starts developing, it's very like not cut and dry as in like boring, but like it's just like there's no miscommunication. And normally like miscommunication doesn't really bother me, but in this instance I'm like really, really, really appreciating the way that they communicate. Like the second that they started like, because it's like fake dating, and the second that they like started having any type of real feeling, they literally were like just told each other. I don't know, I am appreciating it so much more than I thought I would. And it's like, I don't know, it's a lot more than I expected, because literally all I saw about it on TikTok was that it's like super spicy, which I will say, now that I've gotten to the end of the book, like the last 150 pages of this book is very spicy. Like I feel like there's smut like every other chapter from like the last 150 pages, but honestly like I obviously don't mind because I like smut, but I could see somebody who like doesn't want to read that getting irritated about that. I feel like the whole first portion of the book there's like romance and banter and stuff, but like not smut. Then you get to the end and it's like, hey, you want some more? Here's some more, because it's like an all-you-can-eat buffet. Anyway, I'm really liking it so far. I think it's definitely going to be somewhere in the 4-star range, unless something like happens at the end. I don't know, but I think it's definitely going to be like in the 4-star range. It just has been like actually funny. Like I think I got some clips of me doing the journal and like it was like genuinely making me smile and laugh. Just the banter and the jokes. It's just like giving such early 2000s super funny rivals rom-com. I don't know. It's just been so cute. So I'm really, really enjoying this. So I'm gonna lay in bed and I think I'm just gonna read along while I finish the audiobook because I am really enjoying it. And then I think because I'm done doing my reading journal, I think after that I'm gonna start A Holly Jolly Ever After. Even though I didn't listen to the other one, actually maybe it's on Kindle Unlimited. I'm gonna check if the first book is on Kindle Unlimited, and if it is, then maybe I'll read along while I listen to the audiobook for that one, or maybe I'll just start reading it on the Kindle, or maybe I'll just start this one because the premise for this one is so cute. And like, I don't know, I've never read, like every time that I've read an interconnected standalone series, I've always read it in order. So like thinking about not reading it in order does kind of bother my brain, but it's like, I know I can do it. Like, I know you're allowed to, or not allowed to, but like, I know it's not going to mess anything up in the story, but like, it just feels illegal in my brain. Let me start by finishing this one, and then after I finish this, we'll decide what we're gonna do. Also, you know, yes, I know my hair looks crazy. Yes, I know I look sickly. That's because I've been fighting for my life throughout this entire month. I'm tired of getting ready because I got ready so much for Bookmas. And, you know, we're just vibing in this 24-hour readathon. We're not getting ready. We're not brushing our hair. We're simply wearing Christmas pajamas and reading Christmas books. I just finished this. This was so cute. I feel like I want to rate it like, I think I'm gonna go 4.5, honestly. I loved this. This was so cute. I loved it so much more than I was expecting. It was just so good. I'm like in such the Christmas spirit after sitting and listening to this, and especially like listening to it while reading it. Like, I highly recommend the audiobook because I just think that the narrators really added so much to the story, because it wasn't like they were just reading the book. It was like they were like voice actors. I don't know, just the way that they narrated it was so good. And I also really liked, like, so they have the female main character and the male main character, but then there's also a narrator, and they had 3 different voice actors for like each of the parts. I don't know, it was just so good. It was so funny, so cute. I feel like this was a great Christmas romance for me to start off with, because it is very much like The Grinch, and The Grinch is like my all-time favorite Christmas movie. Like, I genuinely watch that year round, and I definitely see like all of the references. It was just so cute. It was so good. Obviously, everything that I mentioned before about even just like their relationship, like, I really appreciate the way that the characters were written and the way that their relationship developed, and like the way that they just like talked about everything. It was just so good. The ending just felt like such a classic Christmas movie move, where like at the end you like have butterflies, and we're like all just one big town that loves each other, and we're all in the Christmas spirit. I don't know. This was so cute. I highly, highly, highly recommend this one. Even though it's long, highly recommend. This was so good, especially the audio. I highly recommend the audiobook. What a good way to start this video. Okay, for our next read, because I do have 52 minutes left on my timer. We'll see how long is left after I complete this little yapping session. I think that they do have a Holly Jolly Ever After on Kindle Unlimited, so I want to see if they have the other one on Kindle Unlimited, because I just don't know if I want to read that one first. I think I do, because the premise of it sounds so good, but just ever since finding out that there was another one, I'm like, do I want to read it out of order? Oh, they also have Window Shopping on Kindle Unlimited, because I did buy Window Shopping this year, but then I let my sister borrow that copy. Let me just look up Holly Jolly Ever After and see, because it is 11:30, and like I'm very much in the mood to like turn off all the lights and like read on my Kindle, so I definitely gonna pick something on Kindle Unlimited. Okay, so they don't have this one on Kindle Unlimited, but they do have Window Shopping. I also wanted to check and see if they had that thriller on Kindle Unlimited. It is on Kindle Unlimited. Uh-oh. Do you think I should read a Christmas thriller or another Christmas romance? Do you want me to read you the synopsis? On a dark and stormy December night, my family are gathered at an isolated hotel in the English countryside. We're reuniting for the first time since the accident that shattered our lives 10 years ago. It's time for love and forgiveness, but more than one guest has an ulterior motive. The perfect daughter, the alcoholic. The single mother, the liar. The handsome husband, the adulterer. The beautiful sister, the jealous sibling, the murderer. As the clock strikes midnight, one member of our party is found dead at the foot of the grand marble staircase. Everyone is a suspect, but which one of us is a killer? For Window Shopping, it says, 2 weeks before Christmas and all through Manhattan, shop windows are decorated in red and green satin. Stella is standing alone outside a famous department store when a charming man asks her opinion on the decor. It's a tragedy in tinsel, she says, unable to lie. And then he asks her for a better idea with a twinkle in his eye. She didn't know he owned the place when he put her on the spot, and now she's working for that man, trying to ignore that he's hot. But as a down-on-her-luck girl with a difficult past, Stella knows how to make a good opportunity last. So she gives it her all, working without stopping, trying to resist temptation because she's just window shopping. See, like, that kind of sounds cute.
Okay, let's go with that one.
Okay, you've convinced me. Okay, so I'm gonna start Window Shopping by Tessa Bailey, especially because after reading both of the synopses, I just feel like window shopping sounds more fun right now. So I'm gonna start it on my Kindle, finish out my last 46 minutes for tonight, and I will see you guys tomorrow for day 2. Hello. Hi. It is the next day. I look like I got ran over by a train, but it's fine. It is already 1:16 p.m. As you guys saw this morning, I got up, listened to an audiobook. I actually ended up listening to The Christmas Party by Catherine Croft, but I ended up picking this one up because I knew I didn't have too much to do like on my feet today. Like the main thing was I wanted to like wash my bedding and do a couple of loads of laundry, and this audiobook at the speed that I listened to was like 2.5 hours long. I think the normal speed is like 4 hours and 40 minutes. So I just wanted something that was like gonna be really quick to listen to, if that makes sense. And I thought it was really cool because it was like Christmas themed thriller. Now that I have listened to it, I feel like the main thing that was Christmas about it was the fact that it was like set on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, but it didn't necessarily feel Christmassy, you know, which I guess I shouldn't have expected because it's like a mystery thriller. Like it's not going to give Hallmark Christmas, like a Christmas romance, so I don't know why I was expecting that. But yeah, so I finished that this morning. I feel like I don't know, I feel like I'm going between rating it like a 2.75 and a 3. The reason I'm considering going to a 2.75 is just because I feel like it was a really good story. It was really fast paced. However, some of the ways that it was like jumping around in the story made it a little bit like difficult to follow. And at first I thought like maybe I'm just like having a hard time following what's going on because I'm like also doing other things. But then at one point I had sat down to like just listen to this part because a lot was happening, and I was like, no, I think it's just like the way that it was written is just, it jumps around so quickly and so much that it was like hard to follow. And I do think that part of the reason it jumps around so much and like so quickly is because it was a shorter book. Like I think it's 270 pages or 280 pages or something like that. So I don't know. It was, you know, a decent read. I'm glad that I tried something different than like only reading Christmas romances and stuff like that, but definitely not my favorite. And then when it ended, it just was kind of like, okay, you know, but I do appreciate the fact that it was part of Audible, and so I was able to like listen to it for free or included with my membership, I guess is what I'll say, because it wasn't free. Like I pay for Audible. I actually didn't even realize that Audible had titles that were like included with your Audible membership until like a month or 2 ago, and I really want to like look through the Audible library more often to see what else is included, because I feel like I'm not fully taking advantage of what I'm paying for. Like yes, you pay for 1 credit every month, but I also feel like I would be getting more of my money's worth if I was also listening to more of the Audible originals and like more of the books that were included for free. So that's something that I need to like pay attention to in the future. Anyway, so after that I ended up picking up my Kindle and reading some of Window Shopping. I know I started this last night and I had like 50 minutes or 40 minutes or something left on my timer. I read like 4 pages of this and then fell asleep last night, so that's my bad. But I did end up picking this up again today because Mark is working today and he forgot his lunch whenever he went to work, so me and my mom ended up driving out to drop his lunch off and stuff for him whenever it was his lunchtime, and my mom drove so that I could read while we were driving. So far I am 16% through the book. I have 4 hours and 30 minutes left. So far, you know, not too much has happened. I do appreciate the fact that we get right into the story because this is like kind of a shorter one. I think this one's only 250 pages or something like that, but you literally get right into the story. Like, it's set in New York, and as soon as you start the book, she's like on the street of New York looking at the shopping display, and they meet like literally on the first page of the book, I think, or like on the second page of the book. They're already talking and communicating. And also a little thing about the FMC that I didn't realize, the reason that she is surprised to, you know, get the job and stuff like that is because she's a felon. Within the first few pages of the book, you learn that she is a felon and she recently got out of prison after serving a 4-year sentence, but we don't know why yet. So I'm very interested to learn why she went to prison. I feel like that's so random, but I'm sure it will have something to do with the story eventually, but it just feels like so random right now. I don't know. So that is how it's going. I also feel like it's cute because the way that her character is described, I'm imagining the one actress from New Girl, because she has very blunt, thick black hair, bangs, and big round blue eyes. So I feel like that just like fits her perfectly, and I feel like she's such a like iconic rom-com type of actress, so I feel like that just fits perfectly in my brain for this book. Overall, I'm having a cutie little fun time so far. I've had such a like nice relaxing day. It's like so overcast today. I don't know if you can tell, but the big light is staying off today. We just have our cozy overcast vibes. I have all of my clean bedding right here that needs to get put back on my bed right now. I don't really want to do it. I might wait until Mark gets home and make him do it. Oh my gosh, it's so warm. It smells so good. Anyway, so just like such a cozy, cute day so far today. So like I said, it is now 1:24. I have like an hour before I need to get ready to go and get Bowie from school. So I think I'm literally just going to lay in bed and read until it's time for me to get Bowie, and then I will drive to his school, read some more while I wait to pick him up. And then I think whenever I come home from getting Bowie from school, I'm gonna do a quick pickup of the kitchen and the living room. So I don't know what I'll listen to though, because we already finished How My Neighbor Stole Christmas and the Christmas Party, and so like I'm obviously not in the middle of audiobooks. I wish that they had Window Shopping or A Holly Jolly Ever After on Audible or Libby or something like that, so I could continue these, because I feel like these are the two main Christmas books that I have my eye on. I did rent whatever it was, like the first book in this series, so maybe I could start that, but I don't think we'll be finishing that in this 24-hour video because that is a lot to get through. But maybe I'll just start that whenever I get Bowie from school. It won't take me very long to do a quick pickup. Like, I think maybe it'll take 30 minutes just to like tidy up the living room, tidy up the kitchen, and then we also have this like vacuum mop that like steams the floors, so I wanted to do that also. I feel like I always end up talking about cleaning in my vlogs. It's just a huge part of my life apparently. So that is the plan. We have 8 hours and 10 minutes left on our timer. So right now it says we'll be reading until 9:38. And I have been pausing the timer if I am like not listening to an audiobook and not reading. I've been trying to make sure to pause it so that we're staying accurate to the 12 hours. So that is it. Those are my updates. We're 2 books down. We have 2.5-ish books that we're looking at possibly starting or finishing. Who knows what we'll actually get through, but this has just been such a cozy little 24-hour video. I feel like a lot of times I feel like I'm more like stressed out about whatever, but I just feel like this has just been such a cute, cozy moment, you know? That's all I have to say for now. Okay. feel like it's so much later. I mean, not I feel like, it is so much later. I feel like this reading vlog has been so different than my typical reading vlogs and just like my vlogs in general recently, because they have been like so yappy, but this one I feel like I have not been talking that much at all, and partly that was because, you know, I was listening to the audiobook, and I feel like Christmas Romance is like, I don't really have too much to say because it's just like a little rom-com, but it does also feel weird to be like doing reading vlogs again because I haven't done it in a while. I'm also still fighting off like, I don't know if this is allergies or a sickness. I don't think it's a sickness. And also I typically, whenever I usually do 24-hour reading challenges, I usually do them on Mark's 2 off days, and I split them into 2 12-hour days. But because I was building my bookshelves on his last off day and I wanted to film this and get it up for December, I decided to do one of the days on a Monday, which, as we know, you know, like Bowie has school and you know, whatever, like it's like a weekday, you know, and it's just me at the house, so doing a 24-hour reading challenge on a day like that is a lot harder as well, just because I don't have 12 straight hours to dedicate to reading, so I have to squish it in with doing other things and listen to audiobooks and stuff like that. Anyway, I only have an hour and 34 minutes left on my timer. I did listen to quite a bit of the audiobook for A Merry Little Meet Cute. So I got 27% into the audiobook. I feel like honestly that's pretty far. I don't know how I'm feeling about it, to be honest. So I didn't know the premise for the book before I started it. It's basically following, well actually let me just read you the synopsis on Goodreads, because I'm like, I don't even know. Okay, so the synopsis on Goodreads says it's a steamy plus-sized holiday rom-com about an adult film star who is semi-accidentally cast as a lead in a family-friendly Christmas movie. Winston. He'll literally just sit on the edge of the bed and bark at me to pick him up. Everyone, say hi to Winston. I don't know if this is the first reading vlog where he's making his appearance, but this is him. Hello. He's literally just the sweetest little boy. I just lost my train of thought. Oh, anyway, so that is the synopsis for the book, and I feel like it's been okay so far. I don't know if I'm just like not far enough into it, you know, but like, I don't know, it just feels like, and maybe it's my fault for expecting something different, because it literally is following an adult film star, but I just feel like there is so much talk about like sexual things that I'm just like tired of it at this point. So maybe it's just like not the right theme of a book for me, I guess, especially because like I've been talking about recently, like I have been more and more liking like more deeper romances, and I know it's just like a fun holiday romance, and maybe I'll be more into it like once I'm a little bit farther into the story and I know the characters a little bit more. And there has been parts of it that has been like, you know, funny, but also I'm kind of just like, okay, we get it, like she's an adult film star, she has a crush on him and he's a movie star, but like let's get into like the plot, you know. But I don't know, that's kind of how I'm feeling right now. I don't think I'm gonna end up loving it, but I think I will end up finishing it just because it's like a little holiday read and it comes before a Holly Jolly Ever After, which I really think that I will like. So that's my thoughts on that. As far as window shopping, I'm actually 50% through. It says I have 2 hours and 40 minutes left in the book. That one is really cute so far too. I'm definitely liking that one better than the audiobook for A Merry Little Meet Cute. It definitely has been like cheesy, but like again in a Hallmark type of way where it's like actually still funny and not like too cheesy. It definitely has been a little bit like insta-lovey. They've only known each other for a week at this point, and he's like wanting her to make it official with him and like all this stuff, you know. So again, I'm like such a slow burn girly that it's hard for me to be fully into that, but also what am I gonna expect with such a short little holiday romance, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Yeah, I feel like I haven't really recorded anything for this vlog, and my timer is gonna be up in an hour and 30 minutes. I'm just sitting here eating some lentil soup, which sounds like it'd be the most bland meal ever, but it is me and my mom's hyperfixation. It has been for the past like 3 or 4 months because it's just so good for your gut and it's so filling and healthy. Anyway, in case you were wondering, I love lentil soup. I'm just gonna sit here, eat my soup, and finish this little book, and then we will be done with our 24-hour challenge, which actually I only have an hour and 29 minutes left in my timer, so I probably won't finish window shopping or the audiobook, but I will include those either in a weekly vlog later this month or in just another little reading vlog, hopefully. I definitely want to read A Holly Jolly Ever After before December is over, hopefully. Maybe I'll save this one for closer to Christmas and read it like on Christmas Christmas Eve or maybe the day after Christmas or something. But yeah, I'm gonna finish out our timer and I will check in with you guys for my final thoughts on window shopping. I might listen to some of the audiobook while I eat just so that I don't have to like try and scroll while I eat. I don't know. I'll check in with you guys in an hour and 28 minutes with final thoughts. Okay. Okay, my timer just ended for the second 12-hour day. That means we have made it to the end of this 24-hour reading challenge. I did not finish window shopping, but I only have an hour and 27 minutes left, so I'm probably just gonna finish it later tonight or tomorrow morning. But that's where we're going to end the vlog here. I'll put my final rating for the book up here because I will definitely finish it by the time that I post this. But overall, I feel like this was a very successful 24-hour reading challenge. We finished How My Neighbor Stole Christmas. We finished The Christmas Party. We started and got like 30% through A Merry Little Meet Cute, and then we almost finished window shopping. So I feel like that was a very successful 24-hour reading challenge. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you're not already, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss future content from me. But that's all I have for today's video. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!